here we are going to explore chapter 7 on human resource textbook, which is training and developing new employees. Okay, next slide. So before we begin our presentation, I would like to introduce our group members, fellow presenters, which is me, Avirul, and we have Saini, and we have Zul with the technical. Okay. So what is onboarding? Okay, we as a HR manager, we must know what is onboarding, which is the process of integrating new hires into the organization, which include training and cultural assimilation, long-term engagement, and usually onboarding can last up to 12 months usually. So as a manager, we HR manager, we must know how to do onboarding and how to welcome our new recruit to our company. So this is how to for our manager for the new recruits. And before we begin our onboarding day, before the day, we have the pre-boarding, which is the sharing welcome pack, set up accounts, reduce first day anxiety. Usually we send an email earlier than the day of the onboarding to give guides on how to move around the company. Like for example, when you first go through the main door of the building, usually they will give instruction where to go, using which stairs and so on. And usually on first day we have warm welcome, introductions and office tour, right? And next we have the first week before that. Okay, first week we have training, shadowing, team bonding, like that. And then for the next 3 months, we receive feedbacks from our new recruits, so that we can improve our method on welcoming them. Okay, and last sekali for ongoing support, the mentorship, which is long-term support lah. Okay, next slide. Okay, this is I took an example from the company Google on how they manage their onboarding day. Okay, they for Google they have a program called Nobulus. You can look it out at Google, and usually they implement buddy system, which is they pair new recruits with older employees, senior employees, so that they can help each other and mentor each other. And then we have culture immersion, community building, and early project involvement to strengthen their bonds between their co-workers. And lastly, we have structure milestone, just like I said, in the first 3 months, they give feedbacks on how the onboarding day for the new employees. Okay, I think that's all I have to say. I will pass this microphone to our next presenter, Zul.
Okay, thank you to my friend Amirul. I will continue our slide with how do employers really learn at work? Do we use formal training or through coaching or practice? Let's look up. We usually training our employee by implementing the training program. Because there are too many training programs, about 20, so I categorize it into 5 only. So it will be much easier for us to memorize it. The first category, on-the-job training. On-the-job training simply is our employee learn by actually doing the job. For example, including coaching, job rotation, special assignment, and field training and infiltration. A common method in on-the-job training is we first prepare the learner and we use the 4-step approach, like I have written that we first prepare the employee and we ask them to present, and the next step is we ask them to try out and follow up so that we can look our employee progress. The second category is informal and traditional. Many employees learn from a co-worker and daily experience company to support this through discussion and peer sharing. This category also include job rotation training where tasks out step by step and we is usefully for a larger group. The third category is technology-based training. Basically, this includes program learning where employees learn step by step with immediate feedback. And the another one is behavior modeling where train watch and correct behavior, practice it, receive feedback, and computer-based training allow employees to learn interactively using computer. For example, simulation and virtual reality create realistic practice environment. For example, a military or sport team use VR to train and improve performance. The fourth category is online and digital learning. Many companies now prefer online learning because it's much easier, flexible and efficient. Example include virtual classroom, like we usually using Google Classroom, so we can learn from our home without needed to come to class. The fifth category is specialized learning. This includes lifelong learning, where employees continue learning throughout the career. They basically support employee development in a long-term success, improve workplace communication and teamwork. Specialized is basically where we planning to work and the employee planning to work in the long term. Next, we continue with implementing management development program. In this topic, there are 4 types. The first is managerial on the job training. This includes job rotation, coaching and action learning. Second is off the job training. Things like case study, management game, role playing and outside seminar. Third is corporate university. Basically in like in-house development center like company, famous company like Caterpillar and IBM. Fourth is executive coaches. Outside the consultant who consult top manager to improve their effectiveness. Let me explain one by one. First, there are manager on the job. First is job rotation, where the manager move among unit to broaden the understanding between the employee. The two is coaching identity, where the employee work directly with the senior manager. After that, we are action learning, where the team solve their work problem. The assessment, where basically the manager push employee beyond their limit. Method 2 is job of the job technique. The case study method has trained to solve realistic problem for writing cases. Management game are computerized simulation where team make decisions on the advertising and production. Role playing create realistic solution where train and out specific role to practice a leadership skill. Method 3 is corporate university, which are in-house training development center run by a large organization. We can take University Sultan Idris, our own university. UC also play a major role in developing human capital. Why not corporate university? UC function as a national education hub, offering structured academic program, leadership development, opportunity, and co-curricular activity that prepare students as a future educator and professional. Method 4 is executive coaches. This involves external experts working closely with senior leaders. They gather feedback from boss, colleagues, and subordinates. This helps the employee to evaluate leadership strength and weakness. They provide personalized guidance for improvement in the future too. Okay, that for me, so I will pass this mic to my friend Hussein.
Alright, so thank you so much to Zul. Now I'm going to continue to the next slide, which is organizational change. So it has 8. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you one by one. The first one is create urgency. Employee must understand why change is necessary, and the second one is help motivate people to take an action. The situation is when a company's sales are dropping, so the manager has to show to the employees about the report so that they can make a change in the future. The next one is identify problem together. Involve employees in discussing a company problem, building teamwork and commitment. So the manager have to create teams so that the employee will feel like they are involved instead of their being forced. The next one is build a strong team. From a guiding collection of influential people, leaders help support and implement change. So this one is department head and senior staff help encourage others to help accept the new system. The next one is share a clear vision. Explain the goals and the future direction clearly. Employees need to understand the purpose of change. Next is support employees, which is to remove obstacles and provide training, make adaptation easier for workers. So the manager have to make sure that all of the employees are getting their training, okay? Next is achieve a short-term success. Focus on a small early achievement, increase employee confidence and motivation. So in the early of the business, we get a small achievement so that it will make the employee feel more motivated to getting more bigger achievement in the future. The next one is reinforce new practice. Make a new behavior as a part of a company culture. Use reward in the system to support change. So basically, the manager gives reward to the employees that follows the new system. Okay. The last one is monitor progress, which is evaluate whether the change is successful and also make improvement when it's necessary. So the manager have to make a differentiate before and after the training. Okay, if the training is working or not. Now we go to the evaluating the training effort. So we have 2 more, which is the first one is time series. Time series, you have to analyze the before and after. So is that after the training, if that have any improvement? So if have any improvement, that means the training working. Okay. The next one is frontal experimentation. So the manager have to divide in 2 groups, which is the first group is getting trained and getting into a training, and the second group is doesn't get a training. Okay, so in the end of this, the manager have to identify which one group have a better performance. Okay, next we go to the training effort to the measure. So the first one is direction. We have to analyze is that the employees are happy or not with the trainings. Learning, okay, which is what is the new knowledge that the employees get from the training. Behavior, is that they implement the knowledge that they get in training or not. And the last one is the result. We have to identify is that a better or not behavior after the trainings. Now we go to the last one, which is summary, which is a new employee must be trained. There is more to orienting employees than introduce them to a co-workers. AD outlines the training process. Specific training method were covered. New manager often get on-the-job training. Manager must executing organization change program on the training effort need to be evaluated. So I think that's from us. Thank you so much. Bye.